Hello everyone. So in this session we will install Jenkins on top of your Docker container. So let's get started. So first, to check if there are any containers which are currently running on your system or not, to get the status we can use this command called docker space ps space -a. So it's gonna return you if there are any containers running on your system or not. So currently you can see this table is actually empty. That means nothing is running. So next, the command that whatever we're gonna use to install Jenkins, that command will be docker run -d space -p. Then we need to specify that on which specific port we would like to run our Jenkins in our local host, right? So I'm gonna using that 80:8080, and then the specific image name we need to specify, that is Jenkins slash Jenkins and :ls. So guys, LTS stands for the your long-term support version, right? So it's basically a tag which telling that specific the long-term support Jenkins version has to be installed, right? So if you have any specific version you need to install. Let's take an example. Probably you just wanted to install like 3.0.0, something like that, a random example. So we can actually specify as the version of Jenkins like this, right? So it is already recommended as part of the Jenkins image also, that it should be a Jenkins and then :ls. Further, if we try to analyze the command, so if you can see that we are basically trying to say that to the Docker that if the Jenkins is not already present within your Docker container or in your system, then try to download the Jenkins LTS version and also run it. -d stands for the detached mode, and -p is again another flag which basically representing the port number, right? So these ports are also customizable. So currently I'm targeting to run this Jenkins in my 80 or 8080 port, but if you wanted to run this specific Jenkins container in some other port, let's say 82 or probably 81 or anything, you can actually change it, right? And then let's press the enter. So what Docker will do is Docker basically pulled, that means download your Jenkins container from the respective site, and it's already been installed, right? So to check that whether your Jenkins container is actually up and running or not, what we can do is we can actually go to the browser and we can just open some private window. Let me just open a private window, and here what we can do is I can simply run localhost :80, because the 80 is the port where we have actually mapped the Jenkins container over there, right? So right now if you see that Jenkins is actually started right in the specified port. So currently we just need to wait for some time until unless the other screen actually comes up. So now we can see that our unlock Jenkins screen already comes up, and it is basically asking for some administrator password. Now folks, you can see that it's saying that that specified administrator password we can actually fetch from the specified location. So to access that specific administrator password, we can actually fetch from the terminal or Windows PowerShell. So to get that, let's first go back to the terminal, and we can use this command as well. So we can write docker exec, but before that I just wanted to know that the specific container ID, because that is required. So again I'm running the same command, docker space ps space -a, and you can see that the specific image is this, and this is the container ID that we are looking for. So I just copied it, and now I'm going to run one command called docker space exec space the specific container ID I need to paste. Then I am gonna write cat, and then again if I go back, this path I need to copy. So I'm just selecting this path, copying this, again going back to the Windows PowerShell screen and hitting the enter button. So what this command will do, it will directly navigate to the specific path and fetch the specific administrator password that is basically required to install the Jenkins. So that you can see currently I just copied this password. Now again I'm going back to the same screen, pasting this copied password and click on the continue. So once I clicked on the continue, you can see that this customized Jenkins screen actually popped up and is basically asking for to install the suggested pipeline, right? So what you need to do is you can simply click on here. So once you clicked on that specific option, you can see that getting started screen is actually populated and it's basically downloading all the required or recommended plugins basically started downloading. Okay. So it will take some time to be downloaded. So let's wait until it's be completed. So once all the plugins have been installed, you can see this specific screen which is called create first admin user. So here are two options. One is keep and continue as admin, and second is save and continue. So it's completely depends upon you. So if you just keep the same Jenkins image and container in your system and just try to reuse each and every time, so it would be recommended that you can actually create a new user. So I'm going to create a new user. So I'm going to put name like Jenkins user, some random password, confirming the password, and then full name. So again the name can be like Jenkins user, and the email can be like user@email.com, and that's it. We can actually click on the save and continue. In this instance configuration, the Jenkins URL can be like same because ultimately we are running our Jenkins on the local host itself. So we can just click on the save and finish, and our Jenkins is ready and it is up and running now. So start using Jenkins button we need to click on, and now if you see, this is the dashboard of the Jenkins where we have couple of options. So moreover, just to see that whether our Jenkins job is actually performing well or not, we can go ahead and click on this new item. First we can just select the freestyle project and we need to enter a name. So we can just say that docker hyphen Jenkins hyphen test, something like this, and we can say this is the freestyle project and we can click on the OK. And once we click on the OK button, so this kind of a configured page that gonna load, and here couple of options that you we can see. First of all, that is a description. So the description is a very optional part, and here we have couple of standard options. So those options we can actually select based upon our need. Currently we are not going to link any git or repository over here, so we are just keeping all those things as it is. So we just wanted to check out probably the build steps, and from here we can just would like to see the execute shell option, and here I'm just trying to write like echo, and I can say that job is completed, something like this, one message to test, and then I'm just clicking on the apply and save button. So once I clicked on this save button, you can see that we are finally get into this specific page where I have couple of options like status, changes, workspace, build now, configure and all. So we can directly click on the build now option. Once you click on the build now option, you can see in under the build history we have one build already been triggered. If we click on this and go to the console output, you can see that these are the things that has been ran, right? So as we haven't set such kind of things or associated or linked any such kind of things along with our Jenkins job, we just put this specific message with the help of echo, that is job is completed, that is actually being printing on our specific Jenkins console as well. Okay, so it is basically saying that our freestyle job is actually set up, and whatever the Jenkins we installed right on top of the Docker container, that is up and running. So if you just go back And again back to the dashboard, so you can see that our Docker Jenkins test job is actually being populated here, and the status is like success. Okay, so that's all for this session. Thanks for watching.